Ladies, I am around my lake walking and thinking, and I'm going to do a quick video. Gotta show you the views because it's beautiful, it's fun. Hopefully it's not too loud. A lot of people are kind of outside. But let's talk about this. When we talk about something called shadow work or inner work, or like what other things do people say? Inner child work. To me, it just all like there's so many different treatments and modalities, and I can learn and get different ideas. And some of them are science based, and some of them are really honestly taps into your imagination. But I wanted to encourage you guys, it's all the same, in my opinion, core concept. We are going in within to heal, to give, to reconstruct the inside of us, brain, spirit, energy, inner child, I don't care what you say, and build that up so you can have a life that you desire to be present. Obviously, I'm still working on a lot of stuff, but something else I wanted to say. When we say inner child work, that doesn't always necessarily mean literally your inner child, your 5-year-old, your 4-year-old. To me, it's just, again, your inner self. There's a lot of work, like for instance, even in my marriage, this comes up a lot because your marriage will expose a lot of beautiful things about you. Even in my marriage, I'm realizing, like, sometimes I'm processing something like an inner child thing. Like if I'm struggling to, if I'm shutting down, let's say, or wanting to go back into those old behaviors of pouting or temper tantrum, the same stuff I tell you guys not to do, I'm very conscientious of it as well. Sometimes I get sucked into it, but at least I have data to be like, hey, Elena, what's going on? You're shutting down. You're not communicating to your partner what's going on or what you need, and you know the answer, but you're not talking to them. Is this a temper tantrum? Okay, I understand I'm expanding in currently my nervous system, literally, to be able to be present, to speak, so I don't seem like I'm pulling away when there's a problem. I even told my husband, hey, I'm sorry, here's what happens. I want to speak, but when I feel choked up, it's really hard. My nervous system is working itself, and I want to cry. And my husband's like, well, it's okay, you can cry. My goodness, I hope you guys don't hear how loud it is out there, but when my husband's like, you can cry, I'm like, I know I can and I will, and that's okay, but my goal is to expand my nervous system so I can be present and not either shut down or go into flight mode, but be present enough to talk to you and explain what it is that I need without feeling like I'm gonna die or faint or choke up or all these extreme things, right? Feels like death. That's that nervous system in me expanding. So anyways, what I was trying to get at is, yes, there's sometimes this inner child type of stuff I'm trying to like work through, gaining these like adult skills to communicate, not shut down, not go into flight mode. Sometimes, at least in my imagination, and it's gonna be different for everyone, there is an inner high schooler that I'm healing, that teenager side of me. I'm in a relationship with my husband. My husband is the only guy that I've had a real relationship, romantically speaking, and I'm now in my early 30s. I'll be honest, there are a lot of things I think growing up, especially in a Slavic kind of more conservative culture, I didn't get the socialization that I feel like I look at girls these age, Slavic ones, or just in general girls get. I didn't get that socialization. I didn't even know how to talk to a guy. I never texted a guy. I never would, literally nothing guy related. And it comes from this like trauma in some ways. I didn't have a woman that explained to me what expressing looks like, or having fun, or just being allowed, like encouraged to literally go out and play and have fun and flirt and do these things. In fact, I think a lot of it was just like shamed and shunned. Kind of a side story. I remember when I was, I don't know, like probably like 16, 17, 18, that interesting age. There was this one boy that I was not into. He was not a bad guy. I was just not into him, not my style. And I did not like anyone to think that I was with him. I don't know, I had my weird phobias back then, and now I can kind of break down what was going on. But I did not talk to this guy. I would not look at this guy. Like, nothing about me. I was always shut down, not into him. And someone once called my mom and was like, oh, I already know your daughter's dating and hanging out with so-and-so. And I was like, what? Like, when I overheard that. And they're like, yeah, we already know. He literally drives to, Elena's house and picks them up, and they go on dates, and they have this full-blown relationship. And I just honestly was just like traumatized from that experience, if I'm being honest. Like, something in me just completely shut off even more hardcore with guys. I mean, there were a lot of stuff that I was kind of struggling with. Plus, it's that like social teenage angst. Like, how do you do this? This is awkward. Blah blah blah. You know, it's like I remember when you start to like develop as a woman and you're happy, but then it's like, oh, like what do you do with this or your body or your boobs or you know. Even now, I mean, I'm still learning stuff, but back then, again, developmentally, socially, I don't think I really went through, in my opinion, appropriate romantic socialization and development. And so I kind of was this kind of awkward girl in high school, especially. And anytime like a guy would talk to me or ask for a pencil or something, I feel like I just like would get so weird. Like part of me would be so happy, like he just talked to me, this guy that's cute guy, but then like, how do I flirt? How do I play hard to get? How do I engage? There's just this kind of like awkwardness, and people are going on dates and I did not. People are just having normal experiences, like I think from like holding a hand to going watching a movie together or hanging out or doing something in a group setting or one-on-one, and I skipped a lot of that. Like I didn't have that. I was again either awkward or embarrassed or scared or just didn't know what to do. And so I find myself sometimes, my husband is such a loving, patient, amazing man. I can't say enough about, like, he is my twin flame, my guy who's gonna help me and helping me heal. But there are so many times where I just, again, I pause, I freeze, I feel uncertain, I feel insecure, and I have to pause when I can and go in and be like, Elena, like, what's going on? And I don't come back to, in my imagination or my feelings, to like a second grader. I go back to this like teenager girl. I just remember this photo actually. Sorry again for the dogs. I don't know why. Literally everyone and their dog is out. But I just remember this photo in high school. Like I felt so bad. I was standing by this boy that I thought was so cute and I dressed up for this photo, and I look back at this little outfit that I'm wearing, and now I shake my head. I was like, man, that outfit is not very cute, but man, I thought it was so cute, and I had my hair completely pulled back, and so I don't know, I look completely bald. Like my teeth were awkwardly filling. I mean, it's just, again, it's like you're young, you're awkward, and when you don't have women to kind of guide you through that, like, I don't know, I kind of miss out, right? And so I look back and I just see this picture of myself in this photo by this guy, not knowing what to do, like not knowing how to ever act in that class. Should I sit kind of close? Should I not? You know, like, and I just keep in my imagination feeling these, when I'm triggered or I'm feeling certain awkward feelings or I'm scared or I'm unsure, I like literally go back to this teenager Elena and I'm like, hey girl, like, you're so beautiful, you're so confident. Like I just want to get teary-eyed. That's just like this healing love I have to give this young teenager, because like, how do you jump from that? Like, you can't, guys, you cannot, like, you can't go from like awkward teenager to now I'm the sexy full-blown like Victoria's Secret model, like confident, sexy, grounded, pleasurable, fun, blah blah blah, like feminine, divine, goddess, queen. Yes, that's my dream. I want that. Who doesn't, right? But you have to kind of emotionally, mentally, and with confidence and skill get to that level where you can have that. Yes. And so it takes time. Whether it's me putting on a cute, sexy outfit for fun. Maybe it's me, you know, doing something different, or tapping into like, what kind of lipstick color do I want to do? Like, what makes me feel good, you know? Those are kind of the easy things to do. But in terms of me going back and kind of healing my inner teenager, if I could say, it's been interesting. Like, again, I'll go back and I just feel like I'm giving her like the love and validation that she felt like she didn't have, and she felt really like alone, and just telling her like, you're so beautiful, Yelena. Oh, I just get so teary-eyed. I think we all have this, but just telling, like, what did that starving teenage girl need to hear? Definitely healing. There's a lot of happy tears. there's a lot of just this emotional um, unavailableness crap I've been like, breaking off. And instead of like, let's say like me leaving the house and needing, let's say, someone telling her like, that's a good outfit, that's appropriate outfit, oh, that's a cute outfit, maybe she needed to hear like, hey Elena, you're beautiful, look how fun you look how cute you are, look how you picked out that outfit, and that looks so good and it matches your eyes, you're so beautiful. That emotional content that this girl right here needed to feel, needed to experience growing up. And so that's the thing, like even now I'll put on an outfit and I still hear myself being like you're so pretty, that's so nice. Like, I'm not saying it in a conceited way, but it's like, what am I still filling my heart that sometimes she has a hard time believing, right? Because someone can tell you you're gorgeous, you're beautiful and all that, and that's great, but it's only until you start to really believe that for yourself. So again, ask yourself, like, when certain triggers or areas of your heart, maybe it's with when you're dating or with your husband, maybe it's professional stuff, maybe it's with friends, like what part of you is triggered or healing? Is there a part of you that you can automatically be like, yep, there's that elementary school version of me healing in these specific areas? Or maybe there are certain things where you're like, yep, there's that awkward teenager still needing to feel more confident and get that love and mature emotional help that she, or guidance that she was lacking. Continue to like take in faith that version of you, that age that comes up, and speak to her. Tell her what she needs. No one else externally will know but you. You have to tune in to her, and whatever imagination, dream, memory comes up, take it by faith and speak to her. What did she need to hear? What does she still need to hear? And continue to, if I could say, live out in faith that you now have everything that your heart desires. And continue to, implement skills that's necessary to learn something if you don't know. Like, for instance, like, let's say you felt like you were so awkward growing up, like dressing up and looking cute. Okay, well, what do you need to do? If that girl feels awkward and literally doesn't have the skills, and now let's say you've been doing a lot of internal help, well, it doesn't mean you're going to be automatically some kind of fashionista. Maybe you tune in and start to ask some of your friends for some advice that you think are really good at, like outfits and stuff. Maybe you start YouTubing. Maybe you start checking out like different body types, different outfits. Like, even for myself, I'm always like figuring out like what colors look good with my skin tone, what colors don't. Like, for instance, like pure white does not look good on my skin tone. They're like, why? Like, it's weird. It just I always knew it looked strange. I could not put a finger on it as to why, and I kept trying to do that until someone was like, no, like off-white looks really good on you. And then it just like, literally opened up my eyes, and I was like, how did I not put a finger on that? That totally makes sense. So now when I shop, I find something pure white, I usually don't get it. If it's an off-white, I do, right? Because some girl told me that, right? Some girl helped me. Same thing with like body type, right? If you need to figure out what's gonna look flattering on you versus not, for instance, again, simple stuff, high-rise pants, if I just look at that, I'd be like, oh, okay. Then on me, I'm like, hey, they look nice. But those like low hipster or hip level pants, yeah, not so much. Because I realized I have like a longer torso. And then again, like, there's just so much richness when we get involved in communities of women. Like, you know something that I don't know, help me. Like, you have a gift with clothing, you have a gift with confidence and speaking your mind and communicating, you have a gift of just like dreaming and getting out there. When women start to like really connect with one another and have them help each other grow, that is the biggest gift ever. Kind of a side note. So anyways, when you are healing yourself, really use your imagination. Which version of you are you healing? Spend some time, send some love, and don't be surprised if you continue to kind of come back to that. That's okay. That means she's still healing. She'll still come up, but it's so awesome to kind of know which phase I'm even like developmentally still kind of healing, if I could say, that teenage side of me, like going out there and sending a little photo or texting something to my husband or doing these little things that I could easily get caught up and be like, man, teenagers these days know how to do that, and I don't know how to do any of that. That's dumb. I'm not doing that to myself. I'm not. I'm gonna be present now, give that girl what she needs now. What are you guys working on? Let me know.